Come and join us at Kennedy Space Center as we show you a brand new show they just started. We're gonna go on a couple of different simulators, try their food for the first time, and I go look for some Snoopy merch. Today we're at the Kennedy Space Center. We're gonna see the new show featuring Snoopy. We're gonna go on some simulators.
Yeah.
So it's been fun. We haven't been here for a little while.
Yeah, alright, let's go.
And thank you to Kennedy Space Center for inviting us out and providing the tickets. That way we can show you guys all the fun you can have here. When you first walk in, you see the daily schedule. So there's actually an IMAX with 2 different movies and times to see. There's some tours. You can talk to astronauts. Some of it is included and some of it is an extra charge. A day pass is around $75 and a 2-day pass is $89. So the 2-day is honestly one of the best deals. I'd love to one day do the chat with the astronaut. It's $50 per adult and $35 per child. Honestly, there is so much you can do here. You can easily spend your entire day and then some at the Space Center, especially if you explore each nook and cranny. Now, we are going to work on a video of the must-dos here, so that way if you only have one day, you'll know what to do. Before we head to the gateway, to the left is the Rocket Garden. You're going to pass that by, and on the website, it has all the names of them, or you can, of course, read them right next to it. It says they are real, authentic machines, but they've never been flown into space. And most of them seem to be from the 1950s and 1960s. And then to the right is the Universe Theater, where we're going to see the new show. They have astronaut training for that extra cost, places to eat, and a bus tour. Heading into Gateway, we want to do the newer simulator ride here. The Gateway had just opened last year. If you want to see a full detailed video about all the things you can explore in here, I will link our first video down below when we actually saw the official opening. There's lots of different artifacts, things to read, and mock-ups to explore in here, but we are going to go up the stairs in the ramp where you can choose between 4 different locations for that simulator ride. Now, it said it was a 90-minute wait. It might be 90 minutes if it was all the way down here, but it was up the ramp, so it was only about 30 minutes total. Just pack your patience because sometimes it does take a while to load and it only holds so many people. You get to choose your journey. We did the Red Planet on our first visit, Cosmic Wonders on our second, and now we are choosing Uncharted Worlds. And they have some interactive areas for the kids to do while you wait in line.
It used to be the realm of science fiction, a system of exoplanets or worlds located outside of our solar system. TRAPPIST-1 has at least 3 Earth-sized planets inside its habitable or Goldilocks zone. Mercury. TRAPPIST-1F is only slightly closer to the system's star. It's much warmer, over 500 degrees warmer in fact. So it's also unlikely to host life as we know it. Surface temperature and atmosphere all interact together just so to create the conditions necessary to support life as we know it. And with more planets than stars in our galaxy, Earth-like worlds certainly number in the billions. With countless planets in the Milky Way, it's pretty incredible we get to call this one home.
Also in the Gateway building, they have a Space Bowl Bistro, which has different bowls you can make. You pick proteins and vegetables. I want to come back here one time and try it, but we ended up going to a different restaurant to eat. The Gateway building, you can easily spend a couple of hours in, especially if you love to read and learn about all the history of space and NASA. Of course, the kids' favorite thing is the simulator, but there's some really fun mock-ups and things that they can learn about too. Okay, we are going to head to the Universe Theater. It's just right across from the Gateway, which has the new show with Snoopy. It's got a bunch of puppets. It's actually nice that it's not super hot out, because in the summer it does get really, really hot. Make sure you stay hydrated. But this is nice today. The bus tours are over this way. We did that with our first trip. I will link down below. It takes you to a whole nother place. But we are going to stay on this property today so we can explore what we have missed, like this Heroes and Legends, a place to eat. And we're also going to probably do the other simulator we've never done before in the Artemis building. There's a lot to do here, and there's a lot to do at the place that takes you with the bus tour. Also, it looks like they have a Starbucks coming over here, and then they pointed to the ice cream shop this way. This is our first time inside the Universe Theater. There are actually 2 different shows going on right now. The first show is All Systems Are Go, which we are seeing with Snoopy, and then It's a Matter of Fact. It says it's a kids live show, and then they also have Astronaut Encounters. That's why it can be really easy to take 2 days to see everything, because you can easily spend a day just here right on the campus. The Red Rock Grill, but I think this is also a theater, and we have met the spaceman out here too. Souvenir cups, bottled water, fountain drinks, Gatorade. Back here is the kids area with the play area and IMAX. Space shop I've done a full tour of. I've never seen this food truck out here before, so that was something new. I'm not sure how often that is out here. And it was more expensive than the Orbit Cafe. So we headed back towards the Universe Theater. They didn't let us in until about 10 minutes before showtime, but there was a long line of people. I'm just gonna show some brief highlights. And just a few minutes before the show, they said you can download this app to just kind of mess around with the camera and around the room.
Looks like you have a letter here from an Artemis? That's an unusual name for a dog. Dear Snoopy, please get to the Johnson Space Center by 0900 Central to start your training. Don't forget astronaut Woodstock. Sincerely yours, Charlie Blackwell Thompson, NASA. Wait, Snoopy! I'm following Snoopy! He's on his way to NASA!
Sounds like you may be suffering from some sort of space delusion. Good thing the doctor is in.
And what is the Artemis mission?
Charlie Brown, the next mission to the moon is called Artemis.
Oh, I see. I thought it was a funny name for a dog.
The name comes from Greek mythology. Artemis was Apollo's sister.
Well, Snoopy was the safety mascot for the Apollo missions. Maybe they want him for Artemis as well? Marcy! It's nice to see you, Charles. You work for NASA? Not officially. I'm just here for the extra credit and the freeze-dried ice cream. So, is Snoopy really training for a mission? He is. In fact, he's now at Kennedy Space Center on Launch Pad 39B. You're launching Snoopy to the moon? I haven't even packed him a lunch. Oh, not yet, Charles. Not until Artemis 3. All systems are go. Soon, Snoopy and Woodstock will be back on Earth and will look through all the data they collected.
Moon rocks help us learn more about the lunar surface and the very history of our galaxy. What a view! Hello, Earth!
Ah, there they are. Like I thought, they're floating around in zero gravity, getting familiar with their new home on Gateway. Stars, isn't it, Snoopy? Not in a bad way, in a wonderful way. What will we have discovered 50 years from now? New planets? New galaxies? Something we can't even dream yet? That's the power of imagination, Snoopy. If we can dream it, we'll find a way to achieve it.
I was really impressed with the show. Not only was the story good, it was easy to follow, it was educational for everybody, easy for the kids to understand, and the screen and the puppets were really cool. Very talented people, and then after the show you could actually get pictures with the puppets and the performers.
You guys did a wonderful job.
I loved it.
Thank you guys.
Alright, thank you so much. We love the show. High five.
Lucy loves your shorts. That's her favorite color, you guys.
Yeah.
First beagle in space. First beagle in space.
So he went up.
I wonder if he did. Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, he went up as a stuffed animal.
Oh my god.
And you can buy those single
I
one.
flew aboard the Orion spacecraft for Artemis.
He actually flew up here.
He did, isn't that funny? Alright, we're gonna go eat at the Orbit Cafe. It is open until 4. Oh wow, it's open until 4. Just keep in mind that they are not open all day. So we just placed our order on the mobile app. It wasn't too bad, a little bit of slow Wi-Fi, but not bad at all. So we're gonna wait for it to be picked up and then we're gonna eat.
Alright, so we got mac and cheese here. We got the crispy chicken sandwich with fries, chicken tenders with fries, and a cheeseburger with fries.
It was a standard quick service that you would expect at a theme park. I do want to try the restaurant inside of the Gateway though. I think that might be the best option, especially how good it smelled in there. There's one thing we haven't done, and that is inside the Atlantis building, which is the simulator Shuttle Experience. Now we've done a full tour on our same previous video that I've suggested, but we're not going to go into detail in here. There is a lot to see. But we had skipped the Shuttle Experience before because I believe they made you get a locker, and now this time you can just bring your stuff on. We would have tried it either way. We just didn't want to hassle with a locker last time. And even though the line seemed kind of long, it actually moved really fast.
Before you got suited up, the shuttle's external tanker ET was fueled up.
ET.
The ET holds fuel for the shuttle's
ET,
3
buddy.
engines at 423 degrees below zero. The other, liquid oxygen, at 298 degrees below zero.
Oh wow. This is weird.
The astronaut.
Back to 72%.
You're now going 23 times the speed of sound, or just over 17,000 miles per hour. Wave goodbye to the external tank and
Weird.
say hello to outer space.
So strange. No.
We're upside down.
What'd you think of the simulator?
It was so weird and so cool. I don't know how they made it. It was so cool.
It was cool. What'd you think, buddy? Was it funny to shake around?
Yeah, it was so amazing. I was like, whoa, it's happening. We were actually going up.
Well, we were tilted this way.
It was like Star Tours, but a little bit more intense, shaking wise.
Yeah. Felt like you were taking off.
Yeah. You can also get a picture with the astronaut and an autograph for $15, $10. The moment the kids were waiting for, we went into Planet Play, which is a 3-story play area for the kiddos. I won't film too much in here just because there's a bunch of kids running around, but just to show you, to give you an idea if this is something you want to check out, definitely let them burn off some steam. I usually save this towards the end just so that they're not too tired after running around. And in the same building, Planet Play building, is the IMAX. There are 2 different movies that play throughout the day. You can actually look at the trailers on YouTube. They even have a concession stand selling popcorn, drinks, and snacks. I just kind of peeked in here because I had never seen it. I've never seen how big the screen is. There was a decent amount of seating too. But while the kids went to play, I went inside the shop and looked for some Snoopy merchandise. And by not bringing the kids, I didn't have to worry about them asking for everything. Because I know they are going to want all these cute plush. The small ones were $17 and the bigger ones were $20. They had this mini Snoopy. There were some at the front register too for $13 that were keychains or clipsters, I guess they're called. But they only had 4 different characters in here. They had Charlie Brown, Franklin, Woodstock, and Snoopy. I don't know if they had more at a previous time, but that's the 4 that I saw, and I looked throughout the entire store. I really wish they had them all though, because the show had all the main ones, and it could easily make anybody want the toys or the plush. They also had this Loungefly wallet. I did not see the matching backpack. They had an astronaut Loungefly last time I was here. I love these pastel colors, very pretty. And then I saw this clearance rack where you could actually save quite a bit of money. If you don't want to spend a fortune, like instead of spending $50, spend $30, a little bit more reasonable. And I like this shiny shirt for some reason. For more Snoopy, I saw this puzzle, but then I also saw the cute Lego ones and the spaceship from Benny from the Lego movie. These were neat. These moved from light and Earth's magnetic field. It was kind of hypnotizing to watch. And I really like the colors, especially that turquoise one. And funny enough, I saw this huge Snoopy plush. It's huge compared to the other ones for $30. I guess if you're gonna get a plush, you might as well go big. And I found a small section in the front of these magnets, patches, and pens. Mostly of Snoopy, but they also had some of Woodstock, Charlie Brown, and then more characters on the patches. Snoopy solar bars, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and s'mores. Linear bites, pretty cereal, white chocolate clusters. This would look like milk chocolate. This set of chocolate bars. It's like milk chocolate, dark almonds, sea salt. I saw these last time, these freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches, so we finally braved it and tried them. They were different. I would try it at least once. It's something fun to try while you're at the Kennedy Space Center. I did taste the mint, the strawberry, and the chocolate. And a big thank you to Maddie and Lachey for helping support our channel. People like you help us to keep going and doing what we love.
Subscribe.
Good. Click this video if you want to see our very first trip at the Kennedy Space Center, going more detail into the Gateway and Atlantis buildings. And we also show the bus tour and all the things you can do at that location.